I would like to welcome you to Emira's podcast. This is your host, Suman Silwal. I hope you're doing great today. Today's been Friday. Today also marks as the really start of the weekend of a Chicago Marathon for me. Mentally, I've been trying to get ready for this weekend for a while. Here comes the weekend. I'll be traveling to Chicago tomorrow morning, 7:30 flights. I need to check in pretty soon. I'm going to Chicago, becoming a tradition for me. I've been running or pacing Chicago for looks like 9 years. This is my 10th year of pacing Chicago Marathon. I was looking at my record. First time I paced Chicago Marathon was 2014. So back then I was really running fast. I was running BQ level run. I think I was looking at my record. I had a couple of BQs those time. So fast forward 10 years later, my 10th pacing later, I'm still pacing 4:30 at Chicago. It's funny that how 4:30 used to be so easy back then. Now it's getting a little bit harder. Hopefully I'll survive. Like I said, we are still a human as a pacer. We have done so many. It's going to be 154th marathons and ultra marathon for me. Even after that many, you still have to be prepared, have to be ready, have to get your running shoes and just put one feet after another one. Having a great time, and also having a great time is important for me, along the way. So I'm trying to put some musics together. Tomorrow, I will have music ready for the marathon. Usually I like to listen to the music that I'm putting. If not, I have some default music. So it's fun. It'll be fun to be at Chicago. Chicago brings a lot of memory. My first Chicago was a 10-10-10. That was my worst marathon experience I had when I was running Chicago in 10-10-10. I prepared myself well through the summer heat, just like now. As soon as I landed at Chicago, I started eating stuff heavy. My stomach didn't settle in, and things just got worse to worse. And then I just want to get that medal, and I did get the medal, but the experience was really bad. I think I finished 5 hours and 30 minutes, and I really finished around 3 something. So it was a horrible experience. And after that, I did not run any Chicago Marathon till I start pacing again. So there I am, 10 years later. I'm pacing. I remember back when I used to get ready to go to Chicago. My kids were small, little. Now, one is graduating from college, and the other one is almost graduating from high school. So as you can see, I've been through Chicago. I love Chicago running. It's definitely a great experience. If you're first time to Chicago, do enjoy every bit of it. There's no other race that brings things like in Chicago, Chicago Street, Chicago Expo, Chicago after race party is totally different than any other races I have run. I have run many races. Like I said, it's going to be 154th marathons, ultra marathon. Let's just kind of go over some of the Chicago Marathon things. Let's talk about the Expo. Expo is beautiful. I really always enjoy getting to Expo, McCormick Center. It's big. You can take a train, and a couple of blocks from train, you can get to the Expo. I have done it. I usually, when I fly in, I usually take train straight from the airport, and just changing one train, I usually get to the Expo. So that's really easy to get there. Once you get in, it's a little longer line, but shouldn't be that difficult. So it's good, but definitely once you get in, there's a lot of Nike stuff, a lot of other vendors. You walk through, get your bib, like any expo these days. You go across all the expo floor and vendors, and then get your shirt. So definitely that's a really good experience. If you're listening to me right now, and if you haven't been to Expo, come see me tomorrow. I'll be at the Expo at the Chicago Marathon from 12 to 3:15 p.m. working on a Pacers booth. So come see me if you hear my voice. So one other thing I suggest, if you're already there, today, being Friday. Try to see as much as possible today. Sightseeing, because there's so much to see. If you're new to Chicago, I usually don't sightsee at all. Tomorrow, try to rest your leg as much as possible, because there's so much to see, so many things you may want to do if it's the first time in Chicago. So you have to be careful what you want to do. So definitely on Sunday, the starting area is really nice, wide, big area at the park. And try to come there early. Race first wave starts at 7:30 and the 8 and so on. I think that we have 3 waves. Usually I used to in the first wave, and now they have pushed us to a second wave. So once we just line up, it takes a while to get things going, but definitely once you start the race, you get in a big street, wide street of mostly, even in downtown, it's not narrow street. It's kind of narrow enough, but not as narrow like some of the other races have been. One of the things to just be cautioned is that your GPS may not work accurately at downtown, especially around your tall buildings, about first 3 miles of the race. Once you get headed towards north, you should be able to get good reception. By 10K, your GPS will settle in. Mostly my Chicago Marathon, GPS runs about 27, 28 miles. Sometimes it climbs hills and goes to places that I have never been. But just the GPS goes crazy around Chicago. I guess with the tall buildings, so many people try to connect, and I don't know. But definitely as a pacer, we don't rely on 100% on GPS timing, the pace and stuff. We usually like to look at the clock, and we have charts and things like we do. But definitely GPS is a good indicator for you. Try to keep track of your know about where you are, with the mileage wise. So definitely, other thing I say most of the time to people I run with, saying, hey, don't count on your GPS miles as well. Like I said, my GPS sometimes it runs 27 mile London and Berlin, all these places. If you have big crowd and big buildings, I don't count on that. Usually look at the mile mark. That's really a good indicator. A really great area, like I said, when you leave downtown is great. When you come north about 8 miles, it's really crowded. I mean, the crowd is everywhere, but really good crowd right in that area. The Greek town, I like when I go through. I like to go through the Spanish-speaking area, mostly Mexicans and other countries that are represented there. There's a Korean drums, Brazilian music's going on. There's some street. They're really greatly participate those neighborhoods that come out really good. And there's some quiet area, not as quiet as last year. I found it's not as quiet, but definitely it's fun. Chinatown, I love Chinatown. And going through Chinatown and having fun and enjoying the all the things they put. One of the things I feel like once I get to Chinatown, I feel like I'm almost home. It's a 20 plus miles there and almost home. As you come back to Michigan Street, I guess that's our Michigan Avenue. The last 2 miles of a stretch. It's wide, it's a little quieter till you really get to downtown, close to the finish line. And there's a lot of crowds then again. So one of the things I say to you is just save yourself. There's a little tiny hill. Chicago is mostly flat course, but there's a little tiny hill right before you finish. People are not prepared. Sometimes I forget that there's that hill. You have to climb, and usually there's a lot of crowds cheering for you to go up, and there'll be course marshal and so on. So it's fun to climb that, and then get on the top of the hill, and then once you get at that top little tiny hill, I mean I wouldn't even call it a hill. It's a bump, tiny bump, and then once you get top of that, the finish line, you can see the finish line. You can just run to the finish. Last 0.2 miles or so. So it's fun. Once you finished, there's medals and things right after that, and then there's a beer waiting for you, and then there's a big party going on in and like they call it 27-mile party. So it's a little outside the park, but there's a big area. There's a party going on, live music, band, food, family meeting. So definitely it's fun to be there. I kind of quickly went over the Chicago course and stuff. It's flat. It's well supported. If your family's coming, you can look at the train rides. Different. You can get a different area. They can pop in. You can get a 1-day pass and they can pop here, pop there. I've heard some of the family they can go like 4 or 5 places to see the runners. So definitely plan. I've never done that part because I've always been running. So definitely look around and see if your family can pop here, pop there. So definitely it is fun. Chicago is fun. I'm looking forward to be there. Whether I'm ready or not, my training has been good or not, we'll find out by Sunday afternoon where I am. But today I'll tell you I'm ready to go. I've been preparing myself to be here, and so hopefully my body will support my thoughts and my ideas. So that's how it goes. Correct. As a runner, that's all you can hope for. You prepare to get to finish line and go through finish line and grab your medal and bring all your runner as a pacer, make them happy. For me is bringing music, bringing joy to them, and having a great time and having a great support is great, and also able to let my runners to have lifelong memories. I made a really great friend coming out of Chicago Marathon. I paced some of them. I paced one of the person I paced. It was his first marathon, and I think it was my first or second pacing, and we still are friends since then. We keep in touch, and I have a lot of friends like that. So definitely hoping to make friends, enjoy the time, and bring my runners home. And looking forward. If you're headed to Chicago, see you over there. If not, I'll see you at next race. Come run Seven Bridges Marathon. I'll be there next weekend. And go to emirates.com for a 15% discount. More later. Bye.